These glasses don't help me see, but yet I wear them all the time. And this guitar right here in the back helps me play more like Slash. Now you may be thinking, Andrew, what are you talking about? This is insanity. Well, I want to talk about placebos in the music industry, and placebos generally in life, but mostly in the music industry. If you don't know what a placebo is, this is the definition of a placebo. A harmless pill or medicine or procedure prescribed more for the psychological benefit of the patient more than the physiological effect. In medicine, they would give people a harmless pill of essentially sugar, and then people would start feeling like they're actually getting better. That's the placebo effect, because the mind is extremely powerful. Now, these glasses don't actually have any prescription in them at all. They are just blue light blocking glasses. You can kind of see it gives a orange hue or a yellow hue to things because it's taking out some of the blue light. Now, I wear these because supposedly blue light causes eye strain, and because I work a lot in the studio, I like to be able to not have eye strain when I leave the studio. But there's been a ton of studies done so far, and I linked to one down in the description below, that really just kind of prove that these glasses don't do anything and don't help with eye strain at all. But yet I believe it helps with eye strain, and I feel like it's actually helping, so I continue to wear them. That guitar does not play a Guns N' Roses song by itself. I had to grab it and learn it. At the time I purchased this guitar, I was obsessed with Slash and Guns N' Roses, and I thought I needed a Les Paul to sound more like Slash, which just isn't true. But I bought a Les Paul and spent a lot of time learning basically every song on the Appetite for Destruction album, and I learned how to play more like Slash and sound more like Slash. These tools that we have aren't really the thing that makes us who we are, but it's our dedication and craft while using these tools is what makes us who we are. So do we really need to buy more tools? Well, I think so. I think if you truly feel inspired, like every time I walk into the studio and I see that Les Paul sitting there, I want to grab it and I want to play it. I get inspired to write music on the thing. I get inspired to play music. And another question I like to ask myself is it pushing me to make more music and to make better music? I really like this question, because no matter what you do, if it's helping you make better music, then awesome. By all means, go for it. I don't like analog gear. And I know that you don't need analog gear because I've made lots of songs without analog gear and they sound great. I know a lot of people that mix inside the box and it sounds fantastic. But if you are the kind of person who really wants to spend the money on analog gear so that way you can have a physical piece of hardware and adjust the dials, by all means. I just don't like rendering things out in real time. Now, there's also a little bit of sunk cost bias that comes into this, where because you spent $2,000 on a compressor and not $50 on the plugin version, you're going to spend $2,000 worth of hours learning the compressor. And if it's like an LA2A, you got like 2 knobs. So you're going to spend $2,000 worth of hours learning that hardware compressor, watching videos about it, learning everything about it. And when you spend $50 or $29 on a plugin, you don't really take the time to learn it because it was only $29. So there's that sunk cost bias in there as well. And that's why a lot of people think analog gear just sounds better, because they spent more time with their analog gear than they have their plugins. But that's a video for another time. These tools that are essentially placebos in a lot of cases are really helpful. I have a friend of mine who got a piano for his studio, and he has been making great music before he got this piano. He has great sounds, and his computer was using essentially a digital MIDI keyboard and triggering sounds inside of his computer. But now he has a baby grand in his studio, and he's obsessed with it, and he's making incredible music with the baby grand. Did he need it to make great music? No. But did it inspire him every time he walks into the studio to play the piano, to create more music, to create better music? Absolutely. I believe that if something inspires you and pushes you to make more music, it is 1000% worth the money you paid. If you want to know what saturation tricks some of the pros use, you're going to want to click on this video right here. I'll see you over there. Now, as always, go create.